I'm using a shoe to hold up my phone. Hey guys, it's me JJ. Here is an update. Here is your update from your boy JJ on my 2-month update. Yeah. Before I started on my exchange, I did like 2 months before my exchange and yada yada yada. So here is 2 months after the beginning of my exchange. The beginning of my exchange. The beginning of my exchange.
The beginning of my exchange.
I'm going to school. I didn't know if you knew that. Maybe you could tell by my 5 differences between school in the US and school in Brazil. But I am going to school. I am in their 3rd year, which is their last year, and then they graduate. So I am like a senior already, and then I'll be home and be a senior for real. It has almost been 2 months. Okay, I lied. It's almost been 2 months. And I still don't really understand anything that's going on in school, but it's good. Like, I'll get to the Portuguese part later. It just kind of, like, I read like a easy book in Portuguese, and there are some things I am able to do. Like, biology is like one of the easier ones for me. I don't know why. Maybe because I've taken biology before, and chemistry, some of the things that we do in chemistry, I already know. But yeah, so not really understanding school yet, just because it's talking really fast and I still gotta get used to it. So with Portuguese, I would like to think I've come a long way. For sure not fluent, but I'm able to make small talk. Yeah. I can for sure understand way more than I can talk, and I feel like that's a normal thing when you're learning a new language. You can understand way more, but to actually speak it yourself, it's really difficult. But yeah, so I've got a long way to go, and it's just one of those things, like, it's slowly coming. Like, the more work you put into it, the more you're gonna get out. So I'm not really getting anything out of it, but it's definitely, I can tell, like, when there was a week where I was talking so much at school, and then that weekend I was like, dang, like, I've come a long way this past week, because I kept practicing. And host families. So, it's been 2 months, so I'm already about to leave my host family. I will have 5, which is not in the normal. 1 second. Okay, so I will have 5 host families, and usually it's like 3 for my district. Usually it's like 4, but I will have 5, so I'll be changing like every 2 months, but it's no biggie. No, but really, it's really no big deal, because then you just get that much more experience and get to make so many more connections with other people. And so since it's been 2 months, I thought I would talk about some of the biggest differences that I've encountered here in Brazil that like culture shock, sure. I haven't had like culture shock where I was like, whoa, I'm in a new country. I've had things where I'm like, wow, this is so different. So like, maybe I have had culture shock. I think the biggest thing that kind of gave me like culture shock would just be the streets. Like everything about the streets. Like just the people on the streets, like there's just a lot more homeless people and a lot of people who don't have jobs, and the jobs they do are like on the streets. Like they'll be handing out flyers, or they'll be like giving people candy so like you can pay them, or they'll do like tricks like juggling or like throwing flames, like all this stuff just to make their coin, because so many people don't have jobs here. And then like there's so many stray dogs on the streets, it's crazy. Like you always are seeing a dog, always. Because it's different, because their government doesn't work exactly how it should, and luckily for us, we have money for, I'm pretty sure it's the government that, takes the dogs away and puts them to sleep, so we don't have them all over the streets. That made America sound so bad. And I feel so bad, because I love dogs. Like, dogs are my passion. They're not my passion at all, but I love dogs. Graffiti, this is all like streets. Like this is all just about the streets. Graffiti, there's graffiti everywhere. I don't know exactly why. Maybe it's just because, like in Gardner, you are always seeing the police. Like you always see some police car here, there, like they're always patrolling around. So maybe that's what's different here. I hardly ever see them. Like maybe once a week I can see like a police officer. So maybe that's why. And another thing, part of the streets are gates. All of the houses here, they have like walls like protecting them all around, because they can't rely on the police, and guns are forbidden. They can't have guns here, and people do get guns, and so you're in a pickle when someone has a gun and you don't, and the police don't come. So there's so many alarm systems and just fences and gates everywhere. Every house has one, unless you live in like a condominium, which that term here means like a gated community is what we would say, and that's still technically a gate. It's just around your whole community and or neighborhood, and it's just everywhere. And that's so different than in Gardner, Kansas, where like if you have a fence, usually that means you have like a dog or something. So yeah, so that's like the biggest difference, all those things on the street. And then a big misconception, which you're going to have to let me explain, because this is gonna sound worse than I'm actually meaning, but we think, oh my gosh, Brazilians are so nice and warm and welcoming. Yes, that's true, but for a certain situation, they're actually really, like, if stranger-wise, very cold and very, like, can be very rude. But like, if you start talking to someone, or like you're actually like, you know, not just stranger, really nice, really warm, really welcoming. But if it's just like you're walking down the street, it's just very like no manners. And I can understand, like, if you go to New York or something, like it's gonna be the same thing in America. And I'm just used to Gardner, where it's like, if you like go like, oh, like you accidentally are like in each other's space, like personal bubble, you're like apologizing, oh my god, I'm so sorry, oh my god, I'm so sorry, are you okay? Like, and here it's like, people literally, like, I'll be walking down the street and people will just stare into my eyes and they won't budge and they'll walk straight towards me. And it's like, dang, like, I like have to move out the way. But the people here, it's still true how they are very warm and welcoming and stuff, but that's like if you're actually meeting them and like getting to know each other. But it's not if you're just a stranger. Common misconception. Well, maybe just my misconception. And then to answer all the questions, am I happy in here in Brazil? No. Of course I'm happy. This is everything I expected to be and more. So many different things. I find myself trying new things almost every day. I love it. I literally cannot imagine myself in Gardner right now. It's weird because like I was like, wow, like before my exchange I was like, how I can't imagine myself not being here, like not being in this moment. And now I can't imagine myself being there and being in that moment, because it just feels so right and so meant to be and so a part of my plan. Thank God, literally. But the food here is so good. Was that a really big change? Pertains to happiness. The food here is really good. Part of trying new things all the time. So many foods that just pertain to this exact location, the south of Brazil, that I get to try. So many things that I couldn't have tried or never would have seen or never would have experienced unless I came to Brazil. And of course, like, duh, that's granted, but I just never thought of that before I came here. This is why people say exchange is so crucial, because you experience things that people will never get to experience. And I feel like it's my job to share that with you guys. So, here's me sharing a little bit. I'm gonna try to keep making videos about that kind of stuff, but also some fun videos, because your boy is a comedian, he's a class clown. I do want to make a lot of my videos educational, but as well as funny, like the 5 differences between school in Brazil and USA. I mean, I don't know if that was funny, but yeah, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, please like this video, please watch more videos. Your boy is out. Peace out. Ciao. Why do I always forget this? Please follow me on other social medias. Why do I say other? Really, just follow me on Instagram. I just hit 1,000, so keep making my dreams come true. And yeah. Alright. Again, for real now. Peace out. Ciao. Okay, so you know how I sometimes do updates, kind of like before. Why am I doing this so much? Kind of like before I started YouTube. What? Like, I can tell. Why can't I talk? Why am I doing this?